Hi, welcome to Chris Cooks for YouTube. Today we're going to be doing stuffed green peppers, and I'm going to start out with cutting up one green pepper. I've already cut out the cores in 3 of the green peppers, so I'm going to cut out the core in this one just to show you how it's done. We take the top off and all of the seeds, see there are seeds down in there, we're going to wash that out. So you're going to cut just the little leafy part that's in the side. Then you're going to rinse the peppers out and turn them down on a paper towel. The reason why you turn them down on a paper towel so they can fully drain, because we don't want any of the water to be left inside of the green peppers. And I have 4 here. Now I'm going to take you over to the stove where I've already started the cooking process. Now, I have here 1 pound of ground beef, and what I've done with the ground beef is I've chopped it up, just fork chopped it with a wooden spoon so it's very fine. Now this ground beef was 80% ground beef, which only means 80% lean and 20% fat. And see, there's a very little bit of fat in it, so I don't need to drain the ground beef, but I did kind of ground it up real good to get it ready for my green peppers. Now, to the ground beef, I'm going to add 1 onion, and this is a garden onion, and it's only 1. So you just take off one of your stems of onion and just put it into the pan. To that, I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of black pepper, and the black pepper is mixed with a little bit of crushed red pepper. I'm going to add 1/2 of a cup. I'm sorry, that's not 1/3 of a cup, that's 1/3 of a teaspoonful of black pepper. Now I'm doing 1/2 teaspoon of minced garlic. I'm adding that to that, and I'm stirring it as I go. To that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, just going to put that down in. Stir it around. Because I did add the black pepper, I'm going to salt it to taste. That's my salt. Now I've already pre-cooked this ground beef, so everything is pretty much ready to go, and this will be kind of fast. I also have a pot of rice that I made, because rice is what we're going to add to do the filler inside of the stuffed green pepper. So I have the pot of rice that's already made. All I need to do is to mix up the rest of the ingredients. This is 1 cup of Prego sauce. Now, you don't have to use a cup of Prego sauce when it comes to putting for any recipes that call for any type of tomatoey product. Prego is my sauce of choice, but you don't have to use Prego. You can use ketchup, because 1 cup of your favorite ketchup will serve just fine. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of stewed tomatoes. I'm going to allow that to simmer up, and as you can see, it's kind of thick now. So to this mixture, I'm going to add 1 cup of water. I'll be right back. Now we're going to allow this to cook on medium-low heat for approximately 20 minutes. And that's going to cook all of the ingredients and cook them down enough for us to add everything else that we may need. Now, after I've added the water, and you don't have to do this, but this is just the way I like mine to taste, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of sugar. And it won't sweeten it up. It'll kind of balance out the flavors of everything that you put in there. So that's 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I'm going to add 2 beef bouillon cubes. Let it simmer on a medium-low heat for 20 minutes, and we'll be right back. Okay, now this has been simmering for about 20 minutes, so we're going to take the top off. And as you can see, it's simmered up nicely. but it's still kind of loose. So here is where you add your rice. And I cooked the rice earlier, as I told you. And we're just going to add the rice to the mixture. And we're going to keep on adding the rice until we can kind of thicken it up just a little bit. And because I cooked it earlier, the rice is already set. Okay. And as you can see, the more rice we add, the thicker the mixture becomes. And this was about, I don't know, 2 cups of rice for the rice cooker. Okay. We're getting this all mixed in. And I've already tasted this for seasonings, so everything appears to be right on the mark. A little bit more. Okay. And you're breaking down your rice as well. Just loosening it back up. Okay. Now, this rice has eaten up pretty much all of the juices that was in it. My pan is still hot. A little bit more rice. Now, you can do your stuffed green peppers with anything. You can add an element of surprise to it by adding maybe some chicken or adding some seafood, shrimp, crab meat, anything you like inside of stuffed green peppers. It's mostly traditional that people just do it with ground beef. But you can step outside of the box. You don't have to really just make it ground beef. Now this is thickened up very nice. And as you can see, it's ready. Now, we're going to stuff 4 of the peppers real quick. And I have a little scoop here. So, I'm just going to add the mixture down in. Make sure it's stuffed tight. Put it back. And I did this with a scoop because it's easier to get it out without making it messy. And I know you've noticed that I'm going to have quite a bit of the stuffing mix left over. And I know you're probably saying, well, what do you do with the rest of it? Of course you can freeze it and put it up, but we're not going to do that today. What we're going to do, we're going to make a side dish with it. So we have our stuffed peppers already ready to go into the oven, and that's a 350-degree oven it's going to go in, and it's going to go in there for approximately 30 to 40 minutes. Now we have this left over, so I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of Monterey Jack cheese. This is how you get your cheesy rice bake. So that's a 1/2 cup of Monterey Jack cheese. And I'm going to take 3/4 cup of cheddar cheese. Okay. And I'm going to make a cheesy rice bake. And that's going to be my side dish for my stuffed green peppers. And as you can see, the cheese is already melting up really, really nice. Now, make a little opening. Set my peppers right back in the dish. Make a little opening and see how, look at how that cheese, see the cheese is beginning to melt already. Make a little opening. Put it right back in, because all of this can really cook in one dish. Push it all around. This would be nice with the salad and with French bread. And you can just make your French bread. All you need is just the bread, of course, and then some butter and some garlic powder. And if you really want to get fancy with it, you can put some cheese on top. So we have that. We're going to cover this, put it in the oven again, 350 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes, and we'll get back when that's done. Okay, we've taken it out of the oven and we've allowed it to sit for 5 minutes. Now we're going to serve it. One of the ways that you can get your stuffed green pepper out and to make certain that it's done enough, just stick your knife all the way through it. And that way it'll just come out. Just the stuffed green pepper. And we're going to have some of the cheesy rice on the side. Get a little bit of this. Clean that plate up a little bit. And we're going to add to this just 2 pieces of French bread. Now, clean my plate up a little bit. Okay. So that's the finished product, and you can serve it in one dish. It's very simple. We have cheesy rice, green peppers, and French bread. You can serve this with a salad and light beverage. This is all we have for you today, and thank you for watching Chris Cook for You Too. Bye.